Hi guys, welcome to Race Centre. I'm Dazza, and here we have, which is now a customer's bike, but this bike used to be Tim Large's race bike. Tim Large is one of our race team riders. This is the actual bike that he won last year's Victorian Supersport Championship on. The bike has done 57.2 around Broadford, I believe, and 37s around the island. The time around the island, we didn't get it right, so I think the bike could have been even quicker than that. But it's the exact bike that Tim raced, and at the end of last year, we sold a few of our team bikes, and this is one of them, and so a customer's purchased it. But what we do before we sell them is we went through and gave them an engine freshen up. This one has a full ASBK Super Sport engine built, and it's pretty nice. Customer Chris, who bought it, has taken it for a couple of track days now. So we've got it back in to do a valve clearance check. And the reason we do that, because the motor is built and new, now that it's fully run in, we just do a valve clearance check to make sure everything's nice and that everything's good, and make sure they're blueprinted, because blueprinting the valve clearances is quite important on these bikes. It's not just about getting them in a range, it's getting them all nice and perfect, you know. So we make sure that's done, and then give it a health check if you like. Now it's been ridden a few times, health check, and it's pretty healthy, to be honest. Just we'll show you the power figures, rear wheel power, just so you know. On our dyno, a standard R6 of this model with a full system like this has, and a tune, it's going to be around the 111 or 112. That's sort of the most with a tune and full system. And you can see this one makes a fair bit more, even though the ASBK engine rules are quite restrictive, and this is fully compliant. There's a few little keys in how you get them done. So. Great bike. It's great to have it back. We named it Pete back in the day when Tim had it, but yeah, a bit nostalgic for us, being the bike that Tim won his first championship on. Other thing too, I'll just mention on that, because I guess in the open track market, in terms of buying track bikes, you know, buying them through a business like us just gives you that little bit more a peace of mind that the bike is going to be what it should be. The other thing too is sometimes ex-race bikes on the market, they're, you know, at the end of the race season and they don't necessarily get freshened up. We definitely freshen up all these bikes, and they're sold as advertised. And while the price point that we put up for the bike, if you were to buy it privately elsewhere, is going to be a fair bit cheaper, you just got that peace of mind buying it through a business that specialises in track bikes and race bikes. So sort of, you know, we're sort of plugging ourselves a little bit, but it's just nice that we've had it's nice that we had this bike, won a championship for us, won a lot of races, set a lot of fast lap times, and then we're able to freshen it up. And also we actually made some suspension changes to suit Chris, who's purchased the bike, because he weighs a little bit more than Tim. So we've set it up specifically for Chris. And first time he rode it, he actually went a fair bit faster than his previous bike. So that's great. And he loves it. Sounds great. Yeah, it's really cool. So let's go and see how it sounds.